Alright, there's an airplane flying overhead over me, so hopefully you can hear me here. Padres, they lose to the Twins in the series finale. They are now 2-4 in their last 6 games. Disappointing loss again, back-to-back disappointing losses last night in extra innings. Today, the Padres, they had a lead. They had multiple leads. I think they had a lead 3 times in this game because Nando had the leadoff home run, and then they led, I believe, by 2-1, and then Farmer hit the home run. And then they were up 3-2, I want to say. And then Honeywell came in after Darvish had another quality start. Honeywell comes in, allows the bases loaded, gets a ground ball, or Dort can't turn the double play. Run scores, and then Honeywell ends up getting charged, I think, 3 earned runs in this game. 8th inning, I think is when it was. 8th inning, Grish is up, bases loaded, and he strikes out, doesn't come through with runners in scoring position again with the bases loaded. That's back-to-back nights that a Padres player had the bases loaded and was not able to come through. And I know you're not going to come through every time, but it's not like this is a one-time thing or just a 2-time thing. And I'm not trying to pick on like one specific player. It's more of a team thing. Like, there were times this series where they did come through with runners in scoring position. There were times where it's not going to say they come through because it was a sac fly, but most of the time they're not coming through right now. And the Padres, they're making it really hard on themselves to win consistently when they're not going to come through with guys in scoring position, because then you're relying on sac flies, which count as 1 run, right? You're not getting a ton of runs from those. You're relying on home runs with guys not in scoring position. How often is that going to happen? Especially with the good pitching that the Padres have faced and the good pitching that they're going to continue to face, because they just faced the Twin starters. They're going to face the Dodgers this weekend. They just faced the Dodgers last weekend. Yeah, they'll get the Royals after the Dodgers series, but if the Padres want to go where they want to go, you're going to face good pitching. So we can't use that as an excuse. I know some guys are nasty, especially out of the bullpen, but we can't always use that as the excuse. Guys just have to come through. Bomel was ejected today. I absolutely love that. There were some people that were like, well, Bomel cost us the game, blah, 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 and I'll get to that more on the show today here in a few moments, so tune into that. On the Darvish decision, him only going like 80 pitches in this game, but Bomel, like, he wanted to fire up his team probably, and they were losing. The umpire was garbage, and so he went out there and got tossed. I was fine with it. I liked it. See some fire from Bomel there, and he was right. Like, the umpire was terrible. That's what he was telling the umpire. We heard it a little mic'd up there. He was terrible, and it was for both sides. I mean, Cosgrove was in the game there late in the game. There was a breaking ball thrown to Joey Gallo that touched none of the plate. Did not get any part of the plate. Gallo's a lefty, and it was a breaking ball by a lefty, left side of the plate, never got over the plate, and calls it strike 3. So it's not like Bomel's just complaining, well, he's complaining about the Padres' view, but fans, when we're saying the umpire's bad, it's not just because of the Padres not getting calls. The umpire's just terrible. Padres sometimes get calls in games. They're just the wrong call. So, yeah, hopefully, I know this is a totally different subject, but hopefully the robots can come soon enough. But, yeah, I mean, it was another good day by Padres starting pitching. It feels like every game is a good day by starting pitching now on the Padres. The offense continues to be the story, and we'll see how they can do against the Dodgers this weekend. They don't have to face Kershaw, even though they smacked him on Friday. We know what happened after that. So I believe it's going to be Dustin May, Julio Urias, and Tony Gonsolin. So it's not like it's going to be easy for the Padres, and they've got to turn it around. We'll see how Juan Soto feels, because he did have to leave the game. Maybe it was just because they wanted Engel's speed on the bases, and it was late in the game. Soto already hit. But he left the game. Bogarts got hit, so we'll see what happens with their health going forward. But, yeah, disappointing series loss.